I can tell the story, and I have told the story here before. But there was this one time when I was like, I think in the 8th grade, and I was texting a girl through Facebook, and we were sending each other pictures. And you went through my Facebook because you had my information.
Oh, yeah.
Young Godfather, no leash, no chain. I'm a dog, no collar. Puerto Rican flair, the mama's trying to holler. Better step back for my wife, you have a problem. Chilling in France, I need that advance.
Little pink. Little pink bedazzle.
The best color there is.
You know that. All right. What's good, family? It's your boy Young God Blow, one half of the fantastic duo here at FYTB Podcast. I'm here today. This is our Mother's Day special. I don't know if it's going to be the first part or the second part, whichever Jay Sean decides to put out first. And I'm here with my lovely mother. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Frances, a.k.a. La Fiera.
La Fiera? You want to put the mic a little closer to you just in case? Yeah, you can just rotate it over. Yeah. Okay.
La Fiera.
La Fiera. For anyone who doesn't know what that means, what does La Fiera
Vicious.
mean? Vicious. La Vicious.
La Vicious.
That's been a nickname she's had ever since I was a kid. So, like, that's something I've been used to my entire life. So, yeah, this is our Mother's Day special. You know, we thought, why not do it? And why not put our own little twist on things? So, we had this planned out for a little while. Pretty sure Jay Sean's going to touch on that, too. It's like a little brainchild he's had for a little minute. Where he's like, it would be so cool if we bring our mothers on here and just make it as awkward as possible. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Since you are the woman of the hour, do you want to... Oh, actually, let me preface this by saying, I don't know how Jay Sean did it with his mom, but what we're going to do is we're going to do like a little game, right? So, we both got our prompts. I don't know what she's going to ask me. She doesn't know what I'm going to ask her. If you don't want to answer or you don't want to ask the question, you owe the other person $1. And then at the end of this, we're going to tally it up.
Okay. Say no more.
All right. So, since you are the woman of the hour, I'll let you go first.
Okay. How do you pick up girls and pick up line?
Pick up lines? Okay. So, everybody knows I'm faithfully cuffed, but when I was in my dog era... You know what's so crazy? I never was the type to like do cheesy pickup lines. My thing was like, now you know what my thing was? I would like use humor to get good with the girl. So like, I had a few like because a lot of my relationships or situationships were like online. Like it started online, and then I met them in person. It was like, boom.
Oh, you just like your mama.
I guess so. Nah, because I met my current girlfriend, who will be my future wife. This is going to be my last girlfriend. Best believe that. Through Hinge. And then I met a few other girls through Hinge. And basically, I let my full personality show. You know, I'm the type of person where, like, if you don't like me and my authentic self, then I'm not going to fake it for you, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'll probably just be, like, on some playful stuff, like, this is embarrassing. I'm trying to think, like, what was, like, a way I got a girl before? Because the last girl I remember, like, just flirting with in person was my coworker that I used to bring around the house. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And she was older than me. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
When I was 21, she was 28.
Yeah.
Right? But like, that's...
Ages is just a number.
And jail is just a room. So, age is just a number at a point. Like,
well, don't OD now. Like, don't go be a 15-year-old dating a 30-year-old.
Nah, that's a lot of people. They think like that. So.
No. I'm just saying. Yeah, we're not giving like 8, 9, the most 10 differences.
Yeah, and with context, right?
Yes.
Like you have to if you're 25 then a 35-year-old. All right, cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
Y'all both understand what y'all want in life. But if you're like freshly 18 dating a 30-year-old, that looks weird.
That's your daddy.
that is your father. He is grooming you. But yeah, I remember when I started talking to that girl, what happened? She was like, I was always working the night shift at Walgreens, right? Mm-hmm. So one day I was working the morning shift and I was leaving, and she was like, "Oh, you leaving already? I wish I could go home with you." And I was like, "I wish you could come home with me too." And then she's like, "Oh," and then that started like friendly, like flirty banter, like you know, like I'm the type of person, like, even when it comes to like the comedy stuff, I like having like, you know, like quick banter back with someone, like funny banter, and then you throw in the flirty one. That's just the way I do it. Yeah, so that's how I pick up girls. I'm just myself. I make a clown of myself, pretty much.
That's the best way.
Okay. So as you can see, your boy's style is always a talking point on these episodes. Whether it's if you guys like it or if Jay Sean is clowning me about it. How do you feel about my style, Mom? Honest, brutally honest.
Honest, it's bringing back
bringing
memories from when I was growing up. That's our style.
If you
in
guys
the
can't see,
80s.
I'm wearing Jinko jeans.
They used to call them the bell bottoms, the wide lows in the bottom.
These are big jeans. They're meant, like, you can't see it because, like, obviously my shoes are off cam, but they're meant to, like, just engulf your sneakers.
Yes.
So,
but
like,
I like your outfit.
You like the outfit? So what do you think about my style, period? Like, do you think, like, it's too much? Do you think...
No, it's perfect. It's not that bad. Like, it's not bad. Oh, my God. I like it. It's you. It's the only person that
So you don't
could
think
finesse it.
You don't think I'll be doing too much?
No. You got that from your mom.
Right.
As you seen.
Right. Every time someone says something, I always remember that my mom be like, "You get it from your mama." All right, yeah, cool. All right, so you can ask the next question.
Rate my cooking from 1 to 10.
I'm gonna be honest, Mom. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna be honest. My mom, when I was younger, like she lost a lot of weight, right? You know, she used to be a very big lady. And it was because she used to cook really good. But I feel like once she lost that weight,
I lost everything.
She lost all of that finesse in the kitchen as well. It'd be so funny.
Wow.
It'd be so funny because when you be staying with grandma and then you bring food, when I look at the food, I'm like, yeah, Mom made this.
Because it looks weird. It's a weird kind of food.
You know what it is? The dishes you do well, you do extremely well. Like your shepherd's pie, like your baked zitties, like a lot of your pasta dishes, amazing. But sometimes when it comes to that rice,
it's horrible. I gotta fix it. But I cooked rice yesterday for a party, and they said it was amazing. It's just, I think when I'm rushed into things, I feel like I'm not putting my all.
Yeah.
But when I take my time and
you do be taking your time.
I do take my time. I like to prepare, and it's not only that. I like to. When I do cook, back then, I used to do food, which is dinner. It could be any kind of meat, with sometimes rice or pasta Let's say we do lasagna. I would have garlic bread and salad, and then dessert. Once I just didn't want to do no more. But when I do go off, I go off completely.
So you just feel like your drive, like your engine in the kitchen just died out?
Yeah, because I try, if you notice, I try different
Yeah, you do
recipes.
try experimenting around, yeah.
Us Puerto Ricans, we like rice with beans with meat, rice with beans with meat, right? Or arroz con gandule, which means chickpeas with rice, right? Together. As I was growing up, I find the thing of getting recipes and doing it myself. But giving the Spanish touch, because let's say that some people don't have no taste at all. Their tongue went somewhere else and never came back.
They put a dash of salt, like, ooh, it's so spicy.
Oh, my cholesterol is going to go high right now.
Right. Since I started cooking, what would you rate my cooking on a scale of 1 through 10?
Your cooking, you got it from me when I was big. Let's say.
I was about to say, damn.
When I was big. But I love your curry.
Yeah.
Quesadilla.
I'll be throwing down.
Curry chicken quesadilla. What else did you cook that I was like, oh my God? when you do your pasta, or
Yeah.
when your girlfriend does the, what's that called, the
The roti, curry roti.
yeah. Oh my god, it. You remind me of me when I was growing
Younger.
up and
Yeah.
cooking,
Yeah.
and you got the seasoning right for me.
Right. And honestly, I don't be like doing any measurements. I just wait until my ancestors tell me to stop. Like,
That's how you go.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's
You
good.
put. Everybody says, "What do you measure your ingredients?" I don't. I can't measure.
Right.
It's just I just
you just gotta
and
do it
that's
on the
it.
go.
And then you taste it. It's still missing. You put a little bit more, but basically that's how you cook.
Right. I've been making a lot more recipes, so maybe we need to get you back
And
into the house.
you're drinking.
Oh, and
alcohol.
my drinks too.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. For you guys, probably will never know this unless I told you right now, but I'm like the designated bartender for every event I have with my family because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna toot my own horn. I can make a nasty drink
Yes.
in a good way. All right, let's move on. How did you find out you were pregnant with me?
How did I find out? I was without. I didn't have my period for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I will go. I feel like I was going crazy because every time I go to the doc to get a pregnancy test, it would come out negative. 3 months down, still no period. So I ended up going after the 3rd month.
Right.
They say, "Congratulations, you're pregnant."
Congratulations. That's the last thing you want to hear. It was like, what, 17-year-old?
17. And if you ever met my family, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to tell my grandmother that I was pregnant. And it was a problem until she saw you. I mean, it wasn't so. It's a typical Spanish family house that everybody has something to input. Your uncle, your aunt, it's everybody. Even the next door neighbor comes and be like, "Oh, this is how we are." But anyway, my aunt was like, "Well, it's already there. What can we do about it?" And they convinced my grandmother, and my grandmother loves all 3 of my kids.
Since we're on the topic of it, because it's not in my card right now, but it's one of the few cards coming up. Was an abortion an idea in your head?
No, hell no.
If your aunts didn't agree with it,
I would have still had you. There's no when you how can I say? I was brought up in a Catholic home.
yeah. So
Going to church and everything, which trust me. I believe in God, but that was not my. I couldn't go to the church.
Organized religion is not the thing. I feel like everyone should be able to like
practice their own.
Practice their their religion and whatever they feel comfortable with. Because I'm not gonna lie, being inside of like facilities that are designated for religion, it feels very like not friendly towards you as an individual. Like, oh, if you're not doing this, you're sinful, and it makes you feel less of a person.
I'm a very sinful person.
At the end of the day, we all sinful people.
No, the thing was, growing up, my family are Catholic, so I went with the Catholic religion. I didn't find the strive to go into the Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up going to a gospel. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. It was just the energy. I went to a lot of religions, and then I ended up going. Can I say this?
What?
My santeria kind of thing.
It doesn't matter. Spirituality,
and I stood by it. I like everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no abortion in my head for none of my kids whatsoever.
Nice. Do you think I was a mistake?
No. I would have said, yeah, no, you're not. You was my smart. I used to sing to you in my belly. I used to tell my friend, she sings real good. And I always told her, I want you to become, to sing my son because I want him to be just like you. And look,
Making music, yeah.
making music just like Jillian.
Nice. All right. What's your next cue card?
My titty or ass?
I'm an ass man through and through.
Your mommy's an ass too, but not to females. I like.
You like a nice butt on the man?
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. All right, I know my mom is straight as an arrow, right? Because every time I jokingly say stuff about being lesbian, she denounces that immediately. That was actually one of the topics I've ever done. You know, you've had your fair share of shitty men, right?
Yeah.
You would never give a woman a chance ever?
Hell no.
And why is that?
They,
Because, you know, I feel like almost every woman in the world got a little sugar in their tank.
I mean, not for nothing. I like watching porn with
Like
female
girl on girl?
But I don't feel like that's what I want to try. The reason why is just like, okay, I don't like my shit eaten, so it's not something. Oh, but everybody used to say, oh, but you don't know what you're missing. I ain't missing a damn thing. Why? Okay, maybe she does do it. Maybe. But then the titty hits you in the face. For that, I smacked my own self with my own titty. What the hell I want a titty? Bang. And not only that, I know what a female goes through with her menstrual. You know, I said, no, I'm sorry.
Okay. But you gotta admit, women are the most amazing thing on the planet.
Right.
They're the most gorgeous. If you look at a woman, you look at a man. A man looks ugly compared to a woman.
Depending, because nowadays you gotta be careful. Nowadays you don't know what is what. Back then you knew what was a trainee. Now you watch these women and doing makeup.
I don't think that is the correct term, the politically correct term for them.
So what are they?
Just trans.
Oh, but that's just trans.
You said trainee.
Well, but that was back then.
You called them a locomotive.
Let me see. Back then, when we grew up, it was gay, lesbians, right?
And transgenders.
No, back then it was no trans. It was women that was dressed in drag. I mean, men dressed in drag.
Drag queens. Okay.
Yeah. Or a transgender, but it wasn't a transgender of your everything. It was just.
It was just a man just
dressed like a woman.
Yeah.
Dress code. Dress. What is it? Cross dress.
Cross dressing.
Yeah. And you knew a woman that is a man. You know that. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, makeup works so amazing that you don't know. And I told my kids, you got to be careful when you're drinking in the club. You probably take one of those.
What would you do if one of your kids came home with a trans man? Would you support them? Like, and they knew.
If they knew?
Yeah.
I can't judge my kids.
Okay, cool. I was about to say we probably have to put a pin on this.
I can't judge. I'm not a person to judge anything. I might say some stuff, but I can't be. The only person that could judge is God. And like I say, whatever you practice, things happen. But I can't judge. Me judging is not my style. I could tell you what I feel, but I ain't judging you.
Copy. All right, that's cool. We are all inclusivity. I'm an ally. I'm a straight ally. We support y'all. Do what y'all gotta do.
I love them.
Yeah.
I want to a drag show so bad.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. One of my girl's friends is a drag queen. He actually came to our house on her birthday.
Yeah, I seen. I fell in love with him. I mean, with her.
No, it's still him. The drag queens, they could identify as a woman, but most of the time they're just a man that, yeah. So yeah, he actually he looks the part. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shout out to him.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yo, Lola's looking at me like.
Yeah, she does that. She does that. She's like, yeah, say something.
Can we get a zoom in on her eye? Yo, Lola, look at the camera.
Lola, no.
She's just staring in the box.
Lola, what you doing, mamos?
Yo, if y'all can't see because of the way she's looking at me like this.
What's going on?
She's just staring at me.
Can I get a kiss?
Alright, you know what's so funny? There's this trend on TikTok right now. There's this girl called Lay Banks, and she has a song where like she's talking about her having someone. She's cheating on her boyfriend with someone who's cheating on his girlfriend, right? And she does like a dance, and then her hand she has the same dog that the Doge is, but it's a brown one. So she be dancing with her, and she just be like.
Yeah, she dances with me, and she has such a character on her.
Nah, she does.
I mean, like you gotta take pictures to be like, oh my god. She looks at you like you crazy.
Now she falling
like
asleep.
right now, and she falling asleep, like she's a drunk person.
All right, let's get back into these questions. What would you do if you caught me in your bed with a girl?
A bed is a bed.
All right. What if you came home from a long day of work, and let's just say this hypothetical. I'm not with my current girlfriend. Let's just say this was like when I was like a teenager, and I'm having sex in your bed with a girl. What are you doing?
I'm fucking you up, and her for being dirty. Your mother from back then to your mother now, I would have fucked you up.
Okay, what would you have done now?
I would have waited for you to finish and tell you what the hell did you do.
You just wait for me. Nah, I'd rather you beat me up than wait for me.
I wait for you to finish, and I'm gonna tell you to clean my sheets.
That's it.
There's nothing back then. Like I said, back then I would have beat the shit out of you and the girl, but now it's just like.
You know, when I was with my ex, we did that on her father's bed.
You're disgusting.
Right before he got home.
That's the dad. He probably had cum stains and everything on the bed. He probably had one in your face and you didn't even know.
I gave him another one to add to his collection. What's your next question?
How many bodies do you have?
My whole phase was short lived. After I was, because I only dated like seriously 2 girls, right? So after my first girl, I was messing around with a lot of girls, but I only really had sex with like 3, and then so like 5 in total.
Better than me.
I was like, do I want to ask you how much you have? Do you know how much you have?
No, I forgot.
Okay, I don't want to know. Either.
No, but just pass that on that one.
I don't want to know.
I just said to count and say what it is. It ain't happening.
Was my dad your first?
Yes, he was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know if you were his first?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, so he was a hoe.
Yeah, he was dating some crazy lunatic with black candles and everything in the house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's one of those gothic females.
Probably hexed him.
I guess you gotta ask him for Father's Day.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have him. This follows up perfectly. For $1 million, would you date my dad again?
Hell no. I'll take the $1 million.
Is there any money in the world that you could take to date my dad again?
No. I'll take the $1 million and run.
You can't take the money. Like,
oh, I can't take the money.
Like they pay you that much to date my father again.
Oh no, I will not pay. No, I don't want it. Is it okay? We went through our triumphs, like our problems, back then maybe I would have been with him, but I seen a lot of change in your dad. From when we was together to now, and I feel like he's okay where he's at.
Yeah, for sure.
and I'm okay where I'm at.
We wouldn't want to change anything how it was now. Let's say, like, hypothetically, it was after you guys split, like, immediately after, where
Maybe.
he didn't really have anyone, you didn't really have anybody.
Maybe we would have tried to work it out.
Yeah.
But I'm in a place right now that I'm okay.
Yeah.
We spoke, me and your dad spoke, and I couldn't blame everything on him for what happened between us. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just how life goes.
Yeah.
Okay, hit me.
What's your favorite memory of us together?
My favorite memory of us together? Okay, this, man. You know what's crazy? I wouldn't even call this favorite, but most memorable. Because I have a lot of small memories with us because we didn't really do a lot. Like, we didn't really, like, go out together and do stuff. Like, most of my childhood was just, like, you know, you being my mom and I'm being your son and we're together because we live in the same house. But my most memorable was when I had the incident in Florida where I had to get my heart restarted.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was crazy. I told this on the podcast before, but if you guys don't know, I was considered medically dead. And they had to, like, restart my heart. And
Three times.
You said good times?
I said 3 times.
3 times, okay. Yeah, so it took a while. I was probably with an RIP that was, like, 6 years old. Right, because it was in 2000. No, 10 years, like around 10, right? Because it was like 2008.
No, 2008. We was already here.
So it was
like 6.
So I was 8 years old.
Yeah, you was 8. You was 8 years old. I thought that your heart was beating because of the medication that we had you on asthma.
Yeah.
Right. And it was beating so fast, so I rushed you a few times to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they said don't eat spicy food and none of that. They warned you, which it don't do too much on effect. Since he was a baby, he had to curse and bite. My grandmother gave him some hot sauce, and ever since then he loves hot sauce. But anyway,
can you imagine that? That's like the equivalent of, like, if we were, like, back in, like, the medieval times, and they found you like stealing or something.
Yeah, they give you hot sauce.
And then they would, like, whip you or whatever, and they're like, oh, I actually kind of like that.
You like that, right? Whip me more.
And then you start getting into that, and it becomes a kink.
And that would be one of your things. But there were how can I say it? I worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would stay with grandma. I didn't have the time to be with her all the time. So one day I had off, and Justin comes and he tells me, "Ma," I said, "What happened?" I said, "Are y'all ready to go to school?" "Ma, Joseph is not feeling well." I said, he's all that hot sauce he ate for being greedy, or there's some, I think it was spaghetti sauce too, because the spaghetti, and he started throwing up, and Justin was like, "Ma, Joseph is throwing up." So then I was like, okay. And then when I go like this, I said, "Oh, we gotta go." When we leave him, he's like, I'm driving with him and singing with him in the car and yelling like, "Don't go to sleep." My son turned, you see how brown he is? He was turning like a grayish color because he was staying out with he couldn't breathe. And he was saying, "Ma, I feel cold," and I touched you, and I ran in there, and they took you in. It was, and I still remember the numbers, 250 per minute. They rushed you in. They didn't even tell me nothing. They kept me out. When I waited a good like an hour and a half, and I'm screaming at the nurse. And the doctor came out and he told me that they had the medication that they would usually give you to restart to burn. Remember, we used to feel like that burning sensation in the IV. Mm-hmm. That time it wasn't effect. So basically, they will give them some kind of medication in the IV to to slow down his heart rate. But that medication used to burn to him. So that day, they tried it twice and it wasn't working. So that's when they said they had to stop your heart and 3 times.
Yeah, that was a wild ride. That was, what's so crazy? That I feel like that was such a huge, significant part of my youth. Cause I remember like around that time I was going in and out the hospital, and I was like staying in the hospital for so much. And after that incident, I remember there was like one day where like they injected me 11 different times. Like it was crazy. Like, so now I kind of got like trauma whenever I go into hospitals. I still go when I feel bad, but like I do definitely have that trauma just from the scenario.
Yeah, but back to that question of what was the favorite part of
So it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't favorite, but
No,
it was
but
it was
it was
memorable, and it was like a moment of
I could say when you first did one of the performance
my first performance. Yeah.
that you hear me in the background and you came in and said, "Ma, you're my first groupie." I've been through all his shows except one.
Which was the Texas one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I support my son from when you was young, um, and you have a good memory because you get that from me too. Anyway, but we're not gonna say too much because your dad's gonna get mad. From a child, I would say I would sing, I would read you a book in my belly, and when you came out, I always, what's my name? He would not say mommy. I say, what's my name? He goes, Francis. I say, what's your dad's name? Nelson. What's your address? This kid is only, I think was 3 years old, 2, 3 years old. He knew the telephone number. He knew where he lived at. He knew who is who and what is what, just in case he gets lost. He his memory was sharp because when his dad was older, I would. Do you know where your dad lives at? And he's like, yeah, let's go. 8 years, 7 or 8 years, no, 6, 7 years old. I was looking for his dad where he lived at, and he was the one that used to be my GPS.
Yeah, I take pride in my inner map, I guess you could say. I do feel like I have an inner GPS. I just got to be a place one time, and then I remember how to get there.
Yes.
All right, cool. That's cool. Since you were bringing up the music thing, was there ever a time when I was making music that you were thinking like maybe this is not what you should be doing?
No, because how can I say? I was when you was in school, and I asked, and it was like towards the semesters of tests, like the state test and everything.
Yeah.
And I used to ask you, Joseph. Well, I used to not call him Joseph. It was Gordo. You think how you pat? How's and you used to say, "Ma, I got this." Once you say you got this, I didn't have to worry no more about anything. And guarantee he had it because he would pass all his tests and do so much. So when it's like I would try to push you. Whatever you wanted, I pushed you into.
Right.
When you want to become a lawyer, I try to find a school that has to do with law. And then when you say you wanted to work in NASA, I put you in a place that you wanted. I was willing to move back to Florida, even though I still want to move out there for you to go to college or anything to go for NASA. Things happen, but you met a wonderful female, Manu,
Yeah.
and she made you who you are. Like, this is who you are.
Yeah.
Not to change and I love her for it.
Yeah. I'd say this. I feel like I still have my interest in science and stuff like that because being a NASA thing was definitely something that I really wanted to do. But I just like when it comes to entertainment, like doing my music, doing all that stuff. I feel like I put my all into it because I put so much countless hours into it, and it doesn't feel like work. Now, when I'm working like my 9 to 5 jobs, I'm there and I'm dreading it. Like I'm like, get me out of here. I feel like in life you shouldn't feel like that. Like
I feel like that too.
right?
Every 9 to 5 job. I don't last too long in jobs. Trust me. I feel like, so the lady that carried me for 9 months,
That's a long way to say your mom.
no, the lady that carried me for 9 months. Anyway,
Valid.
she called me a gypsy because I do not like to stay too long in certain places.
Right.
If I give my all to a job and they do not acknowledge me or do make me feel like I'm wanted there or whatever,
Right.
I will leave. No 2-week notice.
But they don't give you a 2-week notice when they fire you.
Exactly. They don't give you 2-week notice unless that. So I will do is I will pack my shit up. Oh, Miss Torres, what you doing? No, nothing. I'm cleaning my area. Don't worry. The next day, I don't work.
Did I tell you how I stopped working at Restaurant Depot?
Yeah, I think you did. I think you called me too.
Yeah,
To tell me.
yeah.
I said leave.
Word, because I was like, that manager was like, nah. You guys know the story. It's from the very first episode. The manager, he was being a dick to me, and I was like, can I go on my break? And I never came back. I clocked out for the day.
I told you.
Never came back. Because I'm not about to, I know my worth, right? And that's the thing, another big thing about 9 to 5s, they like using people because it's corporations going down to like district managers to regular managers.
And if you fuck up, you out.
Word, like the bottom people do the most work and they get the least amount of money and respect for it. And I'm not vibing with that. What's the most embarrassing thing you ever caught me doing?
Honestly, I can't think embarrassment. It was, I have 2 other kids, but you never gave me problem. Like, I cannot say what's the embarrassment or what, nothing.
I can tell the story, and I have told the story here before, but there was this one time when I was like, I think in the 8th grade, and I was texting a girl through Facebook, and we were sending each other pictures, and you went through my Facebook because you had my information.
Oh yeah, now I remember. And I told your dad.
Yep, and then you grounded me for a whole month and took away all my devices. You know what my thought process was in at the time? I was like, damn, why you mad? I'm getting pussy.
I was just waiting for you to say that because you would have got all your teeth broken.
I was putting there like, yo, I'm starting. Like, why are you getting mad at me?
Let me tell you something. You never curse.
Yeah.
It took you for a while for me to hear you curse. I was, can you say, a truck? My mouth is like a truck driver.
Yeah.
That's how so my kids knew better than that. I'm the only one that could curse in the house. Nobody. So I heard you cursing, and I said, no, that's not him. I said, what you said? Nothing, Mama. I didn't say nothing. I said, oh, okay. So when you started doing your music, some of your music you wouldn't allow me to hear because they had curse words. And you was already, 18, 19 years old?
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me hear the music. And he will not. He will let me hear certain ones, but not all of them because they had curse words.
I don't know. I'm the type of person where I feel like you should at least respect your parents and not curse in front of them. But I feel like we got close.
I think we got close.
This.
I think
because I'm never cursing at you.
No.
Like if I'm using it in a sentence to like add emphasis to things.
I think like now that y'all grown and I changed my ways, I think I'm always gonna be a mother to your kids. I always had this thing that you cannot be a friend to your child, especially when your child is growing up.
Yeah.
When you in that age of talking to your child about anything is like when they grow up, when you see them. But as a little kid and your kid is telling you F you, I will slap the crap out of you.
Right.
So,
yeah. You definitely don't want to set that precedent young because I'm not gonna lie. That's
I find that so disgusting.
It is.
And then the mother's like, stop.
yeah. Like they don't care. That just shows that you don't care as a parent either.
And then you want to take them to therapy. You need to go to therapy.
Yeah, it's like parenting is a very slippery slope. Like there's no correct way to parent. You just gotta like learn from your mistakes and learn from other people's mistakes and try to get the right way.
Exactly.
Because I kind of have like an idea of how I want to parent my children. Because I'm definitely not gonna baby them, but I'm not gonna be like super like stern either.
Like I was when I was growing up.
Yeah, like I'm gonna let them know that I'm not playing none of that. But at the same time, like you can feel comfortable to talk about me if you feel like the type of way about stuff. Mm-hmm. Right, like things like that. What's your next question?
What age did you lose your virginity? And a story / virginity story. Details of everything. How you did it, when it did it.
That's what it says?
Yeah.
Yo, Jay Sean wrote these poems. I don't know. I lost my virginity at 17 to my first ex. And there's not really much to say. I told a story on the podcast before. We planned it out. She came to the house. We kissed leading to other things, and then back shots.
Back shots. She got back shots in her head. She needed to go get her hair redo.
My mom hates my ex.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and the thing is, I always say this. I don't know why. Like she wasn't ever rude.
Exactly. She wasn't rude, but she was unknowledgeable. Like if nobody was there. Like when you brung her a few times, she act like you don't know like she owns the house. She walked into your room. She didn't say hi, how you doing, or had a conversation or nothing. I found it like you wasn't you when you was with her.
I mean, the way I saw it was that we were just young.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, I get.
You was young. You waited for 2 years for her to finish high school, to go to college with her, and then what happened? Shit didn't go well. When you could have went to NASA and become a science, her stupid ass.
If I didn't date my ex, I would have been in NASA.
Yeah. You would have been in NASA. We would have been making money together.
Oh wow.
We're gonna be making money.
Darn
together.
you! I could have been the astronaut.
Exactly. We would have been in space.
Rank your kids from who you hate, who you love the most to least.
Are you actually gonna do this to me?
You could choose not to answer it, but then you
No,
have to
because
give
then
me
I gotta give you $1, and I don't got $1 right now. So, can you repeat the question again?
Just rank us who you love the most to the least.
I can't say I love nobody to the most to the least. Yeah, all have my character. You have, how can I say it? You don't look like me, but you look like your dad, right? But there's things that when somebody gets you to a point, you act like you forget about it. You're like, I don't want to mess around with it. Right? So that's part of me. Justin is another one. They say he has my looks. But if he has my looks, then he should have been a girl, because then he has everything. And Woody's just a space cadet. The aliens just dropped him down and it was like one of the defects. I love you, kids.
One of the defects. Okay. I think.
You done?
You got the. Did you? Yeah, you got the next one.
Okay, worst punishment I ever gave you.
Yes.
What's the worst? What's the worst one I gave you?
Damn. You beat me a few times, but.
That's not a beating. That was a punishment.
Oh, no. You know, it's so funny. I remember getting my ass whooped, but I don't remember it at all. Like, that was like one of those things where, like, I like zoned out, like, while it was happening.
You erased.
Right. Like, it's just, when I think of it, like, I know it happened, but it's just, like, cloudy. Like,
yeah, it's not. I'm glad. This is how I was brought up. So when I was brought up in certain ways, that's the thing I took to for ya. And but look, it's not a beating. It was punishment and discipline, because a beating, because it's not abuse. Abuse is different. But look at you now. You see, you're not one of those out in the street doing drugs and doing crazy stuff, and
That is true.
and I don't have no grandkids. Other people that I hanged out with, they all got grandkids, like 10,000 grandkids.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
I have 3 boys and 3 boys that don't even have no kids.
Word.
I thought Pooty was gonna have one soon, but I guess not.
It's a good thing he doesn't. He still killed himself
Yes,
mentally and
and physically, emotionally, and everything else.
everything. What do you think is the dumbest thing you ever stole? So something you probably don't know about me is that I take that after you as well. Almost every single job I ever worked.
I'm stealing.
Listen.
Y'all got insurance for everything we steal. I borrowed. I don't steal.
I feel the same way. It's like a Robin Hood situation.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, even though I'm not stealing from the rich to give to the poor, I'm stealing from the rich to give
me myself.
Right.
I'm poor.
All right, I'm broke. But yeah, what do you think is the dumbest thing you ever took? You know what? I actually remember something together where you stole something for me, and I almost snitched on you. I remember this. We was in Walmart, Florida, and I wanted a toy, and you're like, "Nah, I'm not getting you that." But you put the toy at the bottom of all of the bags.
And these motherfuckers.
And I was like, no, you didn't put this one. And you're like, shut the fuck up. And then it hit me in that moment. Like, oh, yay.
So, I've did my fair shares of borrowing from these
corporations.
places. Yes, it's borrowing. It's not stealing.
Right.
So the main one I did was Macy's.
Macy's, oh wow. How it's come full circle?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It was 2007. We, instead of the Robin Hoods, we was the baby mother with the baby carriages, because we used to take all the kids to steal.
Really?
There was a few of us. They were looking for us because we would hit every Macy's and we go to Tampa. We used to go to Bradenton. We used to go to Sarasota, Orlando. It was a bunch of us.
Y'all were doing heists with baby carriages?
With baby carriages, and y'all motherfuckers were in them.
I was an accomplice to these crimes?
Yes. That's where y'all learn how to steal. But steal the right way. Anyway, I got caught up. It was, and I knew it. I should have never went to Macy's so early in the freaking morning. And you know what's so crazy? I had the money in my pocket. I just felt like I wanted to steal.
Yeah, what's the term for it? What's the term for someone who just steals just to steal? There's a term for it.
I think it's just
A kleptomaniac.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
But
klepto.
anyway,
Yeah.
when we were stealing, we would go to the house, all the girls, and we were saying how much we made.
Like they were the cartel or something.
It was the shoplifting cartels.
Oh my
But
god.
if y'all go out and make a movie or show of shoplifting cartel, you better call me. I'm the main one. I'm the main honcho. I'm the CEO and everything else. But anyway, we will go and we put out our stuff. One of us will make 1,000. The other. So if you know, Macy have perfumes on display. You get a bag, or the display ones. Why? Nobody used them. Then, because they're missing a top? Fine, we don't need no top. We would go to the house. It'd be like 4 or 5 hours. And we would count everything. I had clothes underneath my boobs. I had clothes underneath the stroller, in the clothes and everything. Because I had Julian at that time. And I would take him because he was in the stroller. He was a baby. And we go. And one of us, my friend made $1,000. We didn't sold it. We kept it like idiots. We stole to stay with it. But
Wasn't looking to invest.
it was some crazy stuff. So with my luck, I went to Macy's early in the morning. It was supposed to be me and my friend Dodge, and I ended up still going. And I stole almost $1,000 worth of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got caught up.
Yeah.
They wanted to take Julian. I had to call your dad and curse him out and threaten to kill him. For him to stay with the club pickup. That was how bad my attitude was. But I got locked up. Went on parole and all this, but yeah, that's what I.
How long was that? Because I do remember that happening, but I don't remember like.
I got caught up in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2007, and I went in for I think it was 2 days. I got bailed out because I had the money. And nowadays I get scared even to try it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So I'm like, nah.
Mm-mm.
It was an experience, and then I was the first one to get locked up, and knowing the girls knowing what happened to me, they ended up getting locked up too. One got locked up with she had the machine to take the fucking alarms off.
Oh wow.
And she like, oh y'all locked my friend up and all this and all that, and I didn't steal nothing. Meanwhile, you have fucking stuff.
It's crazy. Hey, it doesn't pay to do crime, y'all.
It doesn't.
But
Back then, there was no cameras. There was none of this, none of that. Let me tell you something. You don't want to be an idiot. Be an idiot doing something else. There's cameras everywhere. Everywhere. There's no reason you cannot steal anything no more. You cannot kill nobody. You cannot do nothing. There's cameras everywhere. You're gonna do the time. Back then, there was no snitching. Everybody snitch now.
That's true. And that we ran out of all of our prompt cards, so we're gonna end it right there, y'all. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure getting some insight on stuff that I didn't even know, and then letting the people know. So if you made it this far, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Make sure to join the FYTB family. Now, something we do on the end of every episode is we say our slogan, which is you say something that you feel
proud of.
Not proud of, but like something you feel very strong about, and then you say "fuck is you talking about" at the end.
I know.
Okay, so say what you want to say and just say "fuck is you talking about."
I love to enjoy the time with my son.
Say it closer to the mic. Bring the mic closer to you.
I love the time I had with you,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't give a fuck about what you fucking talking about.
Okay, we out of here.
It goes like this, looking for a bed in the pot for the piss, regulating so a nigga don't miss with the voice so go and the style mad crisp, I got it. Let me talk my shit.